Okay, well, thank you very much mga kaibigan, kababayan ko dito po sa Malaysia. Kumusta kayo po? Ito po si Nico Fabian dito sa programa natin NikTok, The Real Talk with Nico. And of course, same greetings also goes to everybody, especially ang mga overseas Filipino workers natin po sa mga iba-ibang nation po outside the Philippines, overseas Filipino workers sila. And I would like to say welcome to my program. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat na malam sa inyong lahat. And ang issue natin ngayon po, no? Ang issue natin ngayon po is tungkol ang kagaya ko, ang mga media personalities, ang mga reporters, mga journalists, mga broadcasters, no? Those are people involved in the media industry or communication industry po, no? Mabigat ang mga responsibilities namin po because we are the watchdog of the government, no? We are the watchdog of the government, and if you notice, no, a lot of people when we talk about media, they respect us po because we are the ones who can only or being respected by government top government officials po, even the president, even the prime minister, even ang pope, even ang sultan, no, or anybody on yun sa mataas na talaga ng posisyon sa isang nasyon, no? And of course, mga ministers, mga secretaries, mga government officials, directors, managers of non-governmental organizations or anybody, once the media will come to them and ask questions, they are obliged, really obliged to answer our questions. Not every individual can ask, and they are obliged. Itong mga top officials natin sa gobyerno po, obliged to answer questions. Just imagine, any ordinary person will just go down and ask questions po, no? To a director or to a secretary, to a minister. It's not really that obliged po. But kung ang media na mag-ask ng question, then they have to answer. They have to answer. Some people thought ang mga media men, reporters, journalists, broadcasters, no, be it the radio, TV, print media, sa newspaper po, they thought mga matalino talaga ang mga people behind itong sa news dissemination. Actually po, no. In fact, we are trained to write a story, for example, to deliver our story, write our story in a very, very, pwede lang po, very simple English kung you are writing sa English, let's say, for example, newspaper, no? Not necessarily, but the most important thing is that the message that we are trying to pass to the public or to our readers, to our audience, totoo po, hindi fake news po. And easily to be understood by everybody. That's why we don't use mga high words po, no? When it comes to kagaya ko po, nasa media ko, nasa print media ko po. Although, I have been tri-media, I've been in radio, TV, and newspaper until now po, no? But when it comes to writing news articles sa print media po, I try to use the simplest word para po ang mga readers ko will understand. Likewise, kung nasa broadcast ka, so try to use the simplest word that your audience will understand. Akala nila po, mahirap ang buhay ng media when it comes to kailangan intelligent ka, bright ka, summa cum laude ka. Hindi po, no? Hindi po. Just like ordinary people, when we talk, we put stories, yun lang po ang yun lang po. Pero ang mentalidad or mentality ng other people, once they see or they meet the reporters, journalists po, they tend to think na, bright talaga ito kasi how they write. Don't worry about writing because we are trying to make it the simplest platform, formula that when we write our stories or disseminate our stories or news articles po, no? sa mga audience, we try to make it very simple po. Para mga tao will understand what we want to pass the message. Because media plays a very important role in any organization, especially in the government. That's why we are being called as the fourth estate. First estate, nakita na natin nandyan na po ang gobyerno, ang presidente, executive, judicial, legislative po. Ang fourth is the media. Why? Because we are the watchdog of the government. We are the watchdog of the government. If we see something wrong, then we inform the public. We query them. Itong mga authorities concerned, we query them. Why? What happened? Give us the reason so that we are going to explain it to the public, so that the public will know what is really happening. That's why we are being called as media, the media is the watchdog po. Now, the issue I'm going to touch today is, of course, I feel it my responsibility also, being a journalist. Now, I have to support my colleagues. Now, what issue I'm talking about now, it is the issue of what happened dyan po sa Pilipinas, in the Philippines, wherein the Palace Communication, Philippine Communication Office, or PCO, no? They wrote a letter requesting a media outlet, mainstream media outlet in the Philippines, asking to replace one of the reporters covering the palace, or covering Malacanang, for reasons that violated some protocols. Now, whether totoo ba yan po, she violated the protocol when covering the events or activities of the president? That's a big question mark po. Or somebody is just using his power, because he or she doesn't like this particular reporter po. Because that particular reporter, based on my observations, nakita ko po when she asked questions during the Malacanang or Palace press briefing, grabe po, straight to the point, and fears nobody, no? If he feels, or he or she feels that the person concerned should answer, or should clarify, explain the issues to the public, then she doesn't care, no? So, mayroon din yan mga government officials, they are not happy with this kind of, sabihin natin, kind of reporter. An attitude ng reporter, very genuine, very serious sa profession niya po. That's what you get. And remember, we in the media, we are simple people. We are simple people. We don't receive, ang salary namin po, we don't receive a very high salary. But our responsibility is too high. We are duty-bound to make sure that genuine news will be delivered to the public po. Any mistake on our part will, whether we like it or not, directly or indirectly, it will affect the government, or even it will affect the particular individual. It will affect my income, negative impact on the association if we mislead our stories po to them, to the public. So if you notice, even libel cases po, libel cases, once there is a libel case filed against a particular reporter or media outlet, or media personality po, if you notice, the amount involved po is very high, by the millions po. And if you look at it, our salary is very small po, compare ito mga libel cases po, by the millions, by the millions po against us. You see? And if you really look at it, we are not rich people. We are not rich people. Pero grabe po ang amount sa libel case put forward sa mga media personalities po. And anyway, ganito yan po nangyari, no? And I will explain, I will show you some reactions coming from the media personalities in Manila regarding the issue of this Net25. Net25 media outlet. Ang reporter nila po, si Eden Suarez Santos. Eden Suarez Santos, nagiging hot issue ito po for the past few days po, no? Last week. And let's see. And then I will share with you some observations of the media. And kayo na bahala po to give your comments o mga reactions ninyo po. No? I'm just, I feel obligated that I have to raise up also this issue to remind authorities concerned, like the government po, no? Government officials, na be careful po, no? Think twice po, no? When accusing the media outlets or media, or when asking request ba yun po or a demand or what. See? So anyway, ganito yun po ang topic natin ngayon. And stay tuned, continue participating in my program, NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico, and you will know more about this issue. So before going to that issue of the day na mayroon tayo dito po, I just want to read you an article po. An article dito about Tatay Digong. Saan na yan? About Tatay Digong. Ang article about Tatay Digong. Na, sandali, saan na yan? Let's look. Saan na yan? ABS-CBN ba yan? Hold on i-check muna natin. Parang nawala naman ito. Nag-prepare na tayo ito po kanina. Pero nawala eh. Okay, saan na yan? Okay, sandali. Give me a minute or two. And I will share with you this article. This article po. GMA. Let's say, saan ba yun ang GMA? Okay. GMA. Sandali, nawala man eh. Kanina nag-queue na tayo dito. And ngayon nawala na. Okay, last one. Let me check. Last one. Okay. Wala dito. Okay, Nancy Binay, businessman. I have an article dito po wherein ang mga those against Tatay Digong, doon po sa case ni Tatay Digong sa ICC po, they are hoping that they're also concerned about the Tatay Digong health, no? Because if you notice, if you heard po, it was also reported both in the mainstream media and also in the social media po, the statement of the wife of Tatay Digong, si Madam Elizabeth, wherein she said when she visited si Tatay Digong dyan po sa detention center sa The Hague, she mentioned that, or she described Tatay Digong po as skin and bones na lang po. In other words, the former president of the Philippines, during the more than 120 days detained inside the detention center of the ICC, dyan po sa The Hague, he lost weight, and according to the wife, already she described it as skin and bones. But there is a good news. She said that Tatay Digong is no longer taking medicine. That's good. In other words, if he's not taking medicine, in other words, he is healthy. He's healthy. But ang reaction naman ng mga relatives, ng mga so-called EJK families of the victims, sabi nila, we are hoping that the Tatay Digong will be alive to face the trial. dyan po sa ICC po. They are very concerned po also. They are very concerned also about the welfare, the health condition of the former president, for reasons that they want to see si Tatay Digong will be trialed in the found guilty in the investigation carried out by this International Criminal Court. In fact, they are also against the ICC to grant the request of Tatay Digong for interim release or temporary release po. No? Temporary release. So, yun po ang mga reactions nila po tungkol ang statement ni Madam Elizabeth, no? Madam Elizabeth regarding the condition of Tatay Digong. At the same time, ang mga supporters ni Tatay Digong dyan po sa Netherlands or The Hague, and also dyan po sa Pilipinas, even here in Malaysia and other parts of the world, no? Everybody are talking, bring him home. And everybody is praying that nothing will happen to Tatay Digong while dyan po sa detention center of the International Criminal Court. That's the thing that I want to touch ngayon about the latest updates regarding kay Tatay Digong. And of course, Tatay Digong repeatedly, every time may bisita sa kanya, his immediate family members, no? And of course the lawyer, because there are only two parties can be are allowed to visit Tatay Digong inside the detention center. It's the family members and the lawyers. So every time there is an interview sa mga lawyers and also to the family members, like the wife of Tatay Digong, si Madam Elizabeth, common law wife also visited si Madam Hanilet. Ang mga anak ni Tatay Digong, si Inday Sara Duterte, the Vice President, Congressman Pulong Duterte, we have the acting mayor of Davao City, si Basa Duterte, and the youngest sister, and that is Kitty. Now, we hear the same stories po. Na Tatay Digong would repeatedly say or urge or appeal to everybody, go home. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the Philippines. Shoutout tayo kay Datu Tan Kok Liang, who is also watching my program. And good afternoon to you. Salamat pagi, and yes, all the best. God bless you, and God bless to your family. All right, let's continue with this issues about Tatay Digong. So that's the latest that we have. That's the latest that we have. And when we talk about the bid for the interim release of Duterte, Senior Duterte, I think we have to wait until end of this month or maybe early next month, wherein the ICC or International Criminal Court will officially make a decision whether they will approve the request for interim release of Tatay Digong or rejected. So we have a lot of people speculating left and right, negative and positive po. Let's wait and see na lang po, no? So that we will not be confused. It seems there's a lot of people who are so bright, so intelligent, no? They can they talk a lot of things, but the final decision is the ICC. Same thing goes with the impeachment file of Inday Sara Duterte. We have seen lawyers, different kinds of lawyers in the Philippines, politicians, political analysts, left and right, businessmen. They talk about the impeachment file of Inday Sara Duterte. About some are claiming that it is a delaying technique on the part of the Senate, no? For not pushing through with this impeachment trial. And according to the Senate President, he said you have to wait because we have to follow the procedures legally so that we will not have problems once we will start the impeachment trial. Whether the impeachment trial will push through or not will depend po after the State of the Nation of President, the fourth State of the Nation of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Bongbong Marcos po. And that will be on the, I think, July 28. After that po, it will be the afternoon. I think it will start at 4 o'clock. But in the morning, the Senate will resume, will officially resume its duties and responsibilities. Wherein, in the morning, they will be electing the senators. 24 senators will be electing the Senate President. And who will be the Senate President, we don't know. But at the moment, there are two names coming up. And that is the incumbent Senate President, Senator Chis Escudero, incumbent Senate President. And of course, the former Senate President and now returning Senator because he won in the midterm election last May 12. And I'm referring to Senator Tito Sen or Tito Soto po. No? But according to speculations and interviews carried out by the mainstream media and even social media personalities, now they say if the election will be held today, then incumbent Senate President Chis Escudero will remain as the Senate President for the 20th Congress. Likewise, on the lower house, that is the House of Representatives, now highly speculated that the incumbent Speaker of the House, Representative or Congressman Martin Romualdez, who is the first cousin of the President, si Bongbong Marcos Jr., he got, or he's having the number now, more than 200 congressmen supporting for his bid to retain as the House Speaker of the House of Representatives. Although this time around, we were made to understand that there will be a challenger. But whether we will have this, a new speaker or not, we have to be patient and wait until, end of this month, July 28. So, yun po. Alright, now let's go to the issue of reporter Eden Suarez Santos po, wherein the Presidential Commission Office or PCO wrote a letter to Net25 requesting ba yun, appealing ba yun to the management, editorial staff of Net25 to replace reporter Eden Suarez Santos because of violation of protocol po. Violation of protocol, what they are saying is that, there must be a distance when you cover the president. No? When you cover the president, you have to keep that distance. You have to do not overpass the yellow line po. That is the reason of the PCO or Presidential Commission Office. It was a violation. But based on the video shown to the public, it was the president who approached the media and gave time to answer questions. So contrary yan po, contrary. So now you cannot blame people speculating that because this lady reporter, is very frank and fearless when she asks questions po. When she asks questions. So maybe they are not happy with this reporter, so they want to remove her from being part of the palace or Malacanang media member. Mga reporters dyan po. So they want that a replacement, which we disagree. I myself, I for one, I disagree. No? I disagree. Mahirap na yan po. But the question is that person, undersecretary who signed the memorandum sent to Net25, did he follow order from the President Bongbong Marcos, or he did it on his own to please his President? See? To please his President. That's another question po. Now, in the event he followed the order of the President, then I don't think so. It is a right thing to do for the President. You see? Dictating our media, the fourth estate, on what to do, who other people can, do this very important job. So, parang you are dictating. You become a dictator po. I'm not saying the President is a dictator, but that's how I look at it. If it came from the President itself. And if the President has nothing to do with this thing, I believe, I personally believe, strongly believe, that undersecretary, that undersecretary should immediately be removed from the post. Nasaktan kami po, mga media men. I'm a media. I'm in the media, not only here in Malaysia, but also in the Philippines. And me being a Filipino, I'm also concerned about the abuse, abuse of power po. Abuse of power. But let's listen to the explanation again of the government side po. And I'm still waiting po. Once we have a statement coming from the government regarding this issue, then I'll make sure my followers will be properly or immediately be informed. I might not be the first one, but I will make sure that you will be updated on the issue. Alright, let me share you one footage, some footages po regarding this issue. And this footage, comments are coming from a very, very well-known, young, well-known, well-experienced media man in the Philippines. In the Philippines po. And he commented, or he expressed his reaction regarding this removal of lady reporter, Eden Suarez Santos. Let's listen to this po. Let's listen. Hold on, Sana yun? Let's listen. And, okay. Let's listen to this. Sandali po, Which one,
Liham, sa Net25, ito pong si
alright.
Secretary.
Okay. Let's listen to this.
That I know this girl.
I'm referring to no other than a very popular commentator, TV newscaster, and at the same time, he got a program. He got this daily program po. He's a commentator po about what is happening in the Philippines. Let's listen to Kak Tonying po. And dito, let's listen. And this time around, he's talking about, or he is informing his followers how he know Eden Suarez Santos po.
Ko sabihin that I know this girl, I know her principal. Alam ko din kung gaano siya kalalim, gaano siya ka-passionate sa kanyang ginagawa, gaano siya maaasahan, at gaano niya pinagbubuti kung ano man yung assignment na ibinigay sa kanya, kahit saan pa yan. This past few months, mula nung naging Palace Undersecretary, Press Officer, ito po si Attorney Claire Castro, ay laging nakakababag ng Malacanang, ito pong si Eden Suarez, because she is covering for Net 25, kung po yan hindi naman siya negatibong konotasyon, pero matabil ang dila nito si Eden. Matalim ang dila niyan. And she will never hesitate to ask any question under the sun, basta't alam niya na dapat itong masagot o mabigyan ng dapat mabigyan ng katugunan. That's Eden Santos. Siyempre, kapag ka ikaw ay nasa receiving end ng matatalim na tanong ni Eden Santos, mabubusit ka naman talaga. Mabubusit ka kay Eden. In the same manner, naalala ko tuloy, when I was Vice President of Malacanang Press Corps, nung nagko-cover po ako ng dating Pangulong Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, at araw-araw ang umaharap sa amin sa presscon was then Presidential Spokesperson Rigoberto Tiglao. Nabubusit din sa amin si Rigoberto Tiglao sapagkat ako, kasama ko si Vic Sumintak at saka itong si Hil Kabakungan, we're always asking the hardest question siguro sa press corps na wala po sa outline o sa script, so to speak, na inilalatag po nila. So talagang ganun ganun po ang buhay ng reporter, ano? Hindi para magmagaling, kundi kung gusto mo makakuha ng mainam na istorya, you will never fear. You will never be afraid to ask the hardest but the most sensible question. Ganun po dapat, ano? Trabaho lang, trabaho lang, walang personalan. So, si Eden po, laging nagtatanong ng nakakabusit in so far as Malacanang is concerned. Baka nakakabusit sa perspective ni Attorney Claire Castro, baka nakakabusit sa paningin ng mga taga-Presidential Communications Office o PCO, baka nakakabusit sa paningin ng mga supporters ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. But, be that as it may, sabi nga po ng mga Inglesero, trabaho po ni Eden ang magtanong. Opo, trabaho po ni Eden ang magtanong. Kaya nga tanong diba? Kaya nga siya reporter. Ang trabaho po ng reporter is basically to inquire, to elicit answer from a resource person. Taga Malacanang Press Corps po siya. So, ang laging nakaharap po sa kanya, ito pong si Attorney Claire Castro. Okay. Hindi naman po siguro ipagkakaila ng Malacanang na nabubusit sila kay Eden Santos. At marami na po tayong mga napanood ng mga video clips. Marami na po tayong napanood ng mga vlogs. Pati nga yung mga vloggers na mahilig mag-fake news, kine-carry yung mga tanong ni Eden Santos sa Malacanang. So, depende nga kung saan ka nakatayo, matutuwa ka. On the other hand, ay mabubusit ka naman kay Eden wherever you stand. Ano po? Kung saan ka nakatayo. Eto na po mga kaibigan. Eto na rin sinasabi nating mga tulongge sa Malacanang. Pero bago lang natin ipagpatuloy ang
Alright, that is the reaction of Katoning, one of the famous, popular TV media personalities dyan po in the Philippines. So, okay, I'll try to translate, I'll try to explain to you or translate what he just mentioned. He was saying that the Eden Suarez Santos, right, is one reporter who fear no one. He asked the hardest question, sensible questions po, for the past few months, and we have a new, or they have a new, not a spokesperson of the president, but doing the press briefing every day po. So they didn't like the idea that ang style, the style of reporter Eden, when he asked question very frank, sensible, and very hard questions po. So, because of that, his mindset, his sincerity to his obligation as a responsible reporter, and some people don't like the idea. Some people, they just want, okay, I'll feed you with some questions during the press briefing, then you ask me lah, which that is not the style of Eden Santos. So because of that, maybe the government is not happy, the Presidential Commission office is not happy with how she asked questions. This is what happened. They wrote a memorandum, a letter, a request letter. Is it a request letter or urging the Net25 management to replace Eden? Put another one. They don't like the style of reporter Eden when asking the questions for. And one of the reasons why they claim that the Eden violated the protocol in covering the president. See? Accordingly, she violated in terms of approach the president na hindi na dapat there is a limitation there, the distance po. But the ABS-CBN also showed the video. Apparently, it was the president who approached the media and Eden was just there. No? So it means she did not violate any protocol. And in the event, for example, for discussion purposes, let's say Eden violated, or went, beyond the yellow line, is it correct for the PCO to punish her by asking the management of her outfit to remove her? Or is it, the most logical thing is that raise the issue on the presidential security, because that is the job of the presidential personnel of the presidential security, to make sure na the president is safe. See? If you see, like, just recently I saw, there was a interview to the President of United States, President Donald Trump, as he went inside, as he was going to the chopper, and reporters were shouting, "Mr. President, blah, 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 blah," asking that question. And then the president approached them and answered it. But, of course, the security of the president is there and make sure that nobody will, pass the yellow line. But this time around, you see, instead putting the blame on the security of the presidential security, they put the blame on the reporter. Why? Because putting the blame on the reporter, I'm sorry, this is my own opinion, because they want that reporter to be out from the daily briefing po, because they don't like the style how she asks questions. Very bold, hard questions, very sensible questions po, and he demand an answer. And there was this recent incident wherein the spokesperson of the president conducting the a daily briefing, she cannot even answer the question of the reporter. So it's up to you. Anyway, let's continue. Let's listen another footage of Kat Tonying. Let's listen to this po. And then, kayo na bahala. Kayo na bahala po. Nandito po, another footage of Ka Tonyeng.
Liham, sa NEP 25, ito pong si Assistant Secretary Erel Kabatbat. At alam niyo ba ang kanilang sinasabi sa sulat na ito, mga kababayan? Kundi ba naman ng aano to Gusto nila tanggalin. Ang gusto nila tanggalin itong ng NET 25 si Eden Santos bilang reporter na naka-assign sa Malacanang. Ano ba itong taong to? Saan ba niya napulot yung ganong klase ng kapangyarihan? O sakop pa ba? Alam ba nila na hindi nasakop ng kanilang kapangyarihan niya? Yan sinasabi po nila, meron daw pong violation ng protocol. Ito pong si Eden Santos sa pagkukover sa Pangulo. At meron niya daw pong pangyayari na nilapitan daw po ni Eden Suarez, si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, na labag daw po sa protocol. At hindi lang daw po minsan, 2 beses pa yata, na nilapitan ni Eden ang Pangulo. Nung po bang ang Pangulo naging witness sa pag-destroy sa mga illegal drugs ng PDEA. Sumakit ang ulo ko. Alam mo, Mr. Kabatbat. Kabatbat nga ba ang pangalan nitong tao na to? Kabatbat, Alam mo, Mr. Kabatbat. Ayan. Kilala ko to. Naalala na kita. Naikover. Baka nakasama kita. Tama, Erel Kabatbat. Siya po ay Assistant Secretary Erel Kabatbat ng Presidential Communications Office. Alam mo, pare ko, kung meron ka man dapat nasitahin, kung bawal palang makalapit sa Pangulo ang reporter, kung meron ka man dapat sitahin, ang Presidential Security Group. Bakit sila pumayag o naging maluwag na pinapasok o pinalapit si Eden Suarez Santos kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos kung bawal pala yun? Higi nga. Kung meron talagang mga pwestong hindi pwedeng puntahan ng reporter sa pagkukover sa Pangulo, dapat makikita mo talagang hindi makakapasok. Isip-isipin mo. Asik papaliwanag ko lang sa'yo. Isip-isipin mo. Kung ginagawa niyo ng issue itong paglapit ni Eden Suarez Santos sa Pangulo, kung ginagawa niyo issue yan, dapat gawin yung issue. Ganun ba kaluwag ang pagbabantay ng PSG kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos? Paano kung ang lumapit sa Pangulo may daladalang stick ng banana kit, sinaksak na lang sa leeg ang Pangulo? Bakit yun ang sisisihin mo, yung reporter? Ang sisihin mo, yung PSG. At ngayon, dahil dun sa sinasabi niyo, paglabag ni Eden Suarez Santos sa protocol, hihilingin mo na tanggalin o pinatatanggal mo sa Malacanang press corps si Eden at palitan ng ibang reporter, sino ka? Baka kayo dapat napalitan dyan. Hindi kaya kayo ang dapat natanggalin dyan? At dahil hindi nyo naman yata naiintindihan yung trabaho ninyo, pambira itong... ano ba yan? Utos ba ni Secretary J. Ruiz sa iyo yan? Kaibigan? Kung utos sa iyo ni Secretary J. Ruiz yan, magsama kayo. Magsama kayong dalawa. Hindi nyo ba naiintindihan? Nag-cover ba kayo ng Malacanang press? Naging bahagi ba kayo ng Malacanang press corps sa kasaysayan ng buhay ninyo? Hindi nyo ba naiintindihan ang mga alituntunin dyan? Mabuti ang Malacanang press corps naglabas ng kanilang stand at sinabi nilang hindi sila pumapayag dun sa kahilingan o yung parang ini-impose nitong Errol Kabatpat na palitan si Eden Suarez. Mabuti na lang at ang Malacanang press corps ay nanindigan. Pambira itong mga taong ito. Uulitin ko, alam nyo ba ang ginagawa ninyo? Hindi na ba kayo nahiya? Imbis na ang maging resulta ng inyong pagtatrabaho, kung nagtatrabaho man kayo, ay maging kaibigan ang mga nagko-cover sa Pangulo. Dahil importante yun meron pong working relationship ang media at ang gobyerno. Nagiging adversarial pa kayo sa mga mamamahayag. Baka nakalimutan nyo na kaya kayo nandyan para ipalaganap ang alin. Ang mga programa ng inyong principal. Sino ba principal ninyo? Ang Pangulo. Ang dapat na nalalagay sa balita, kaibigan, ay ang Pangulo, ang inyong principal. Siya dapat ang laman ng balita. Yung mga mabubuting ginagawa niya, kung meron man, ang laman ng balita. Ano laman ng balita ngayon? Kayo. Kayo laman ng balita.
Alright, that's it, Katunying. Katunying. So, you heard Katunying is not happy with the what is happening. Ang appeal from the Presidential Commission of Office requesting or asking lady reporter Eden Suarez Santos to be out from the Malacanang press corps, no? And one thing good also, I salute the members of the Malacanang press corps. They disagree also. They disagree also. That I also salute. We in the media, we have to be brave enough po and support this our colleagues po who are just doing their part, their obligation, no? Their responsibilities po as a genuine, sincere, honest, responsible journalist po or a reporter po. The work of a reporter is to ask questions. The work of the reporter is to ask questions. The real questions po. It's not a question that is being fed to you by people. Fed to you by people. Yeah, to Jeff Ismael Fernandez, I would like to say good afternoon to you and thank you very much for watching ang NikTok, the Real Talk with Nico. No? God bless you. Assalamualaikum. And all the best po. No? Classmate, all the best. Okay? So yun po, as me, I totally agree with Katunying. No? I've been in the media profession for more than 30 years po, both in the Philippines and outside the Philippines po. I have been covering some events of, let's say for example, when I was assigned in Brunei, I was covering, I'm one of the senior reporter, chief reporter of one of the newspaper in Brunei. And I am the one who's assigned to cover the events or activities of the Sultan of Brunei. And of course, protocol is there. They will tell you, no? Hanggang dito lang kayo. This is your place, and you're not supposed to pass the yellow line. Wait until the Sultan to come, and you can ask questions. And even that, no? Whatever we write, no? It will be screened by the Brunei government po. So we have to follow. You see? And the security of Sultan is really doing their job. See? Even here in Malaysia, I've been covering the prime ministers, senior ministers, federal ministers, state ministers po. See? But I never heard the government asking the local media outlets, hey, we don't want this reporter. See? Ban him from covering the event. Wala po. I don't know. That's why I said, I totally agree what Katunying is expressing his feelings regarding this issue. Kayo po, kayong bahala po, no? Anyway, I think I will share with you another footage po on the issue po. And this time around, it's veteran journalist also po, commentator, and strong supporter of Tatay Digong. Tatay Digong po. And well-respected ito po. Si colleague Jay Sonsa. Nandito po. This is the reaction of Mr. J. Very respectable veteran reporter, journalist, media personality, and yes, political analyst also. No? And let's listen to him. Let's listen to Mr. J.
Kasi ang karapatan ay palipat kung saan-saan, no? Pangalawa, anong coverage protocol? Pag journalist ka, ang protocol mo nasa sa'yo. Ang protocol mo lang pag sinabit ng police line, hindi ka pwedeng mag-cross. But actually, gagawa ka ng paraan para maka-cross ka. Para maka-access ka sa information because that's your job. No? If you do not excel in that job, you will be fired by your net. You should be fired by your network or you have no business being a journalist. Ngayon, ako'y unang-una natutuwa dahil sila Jonah and company dyan sa Malacanang Press Corps ay nanindigan para sa kanilang kapwa, miyembro, no? Kapwa mamamahayag. I'm referring to Jonah Yu. I think she's the president now of Malacanang Press Corps. Ito, warning lang kay sa MRO, no? Sa Media Relations Office, which I understand is also headed by the Undersecretary, no? Claire Castro, na quit daw sila dahil baka umabot tayo muli doon sa punto nung panahon ni Tita Cory. Nung panahon ni Tita Cory, sa pagkikipit na ginagawa ng Malacanang, sila Malu Mangahas and company who were then members of Malacanang Press Corps, sila Elizabeth, no? At that time, no? They decided to boycott Malacanang. Wala ni isang reporter ang kumukuha sa Malacanang, then people would not know at hindi na pwedeng mambula ang gobyerno dahil wala nang kumukover, walang istorya sa Malacanang. Parang as if the president does not exist anymore. Ganun ba ang gusto nila? Yun ang tanong siguro ang tanong kay na Miss Claire, no? Do they want that? Especially today, I understand mag-assume yung bagong press secretary or head ng Presidential Communications Office na dati ring reporter. So, pag-isipan nila mabuti yung kanilang aksyon because it might boomerang on them, Admar.
Manang Jay, mayong buntag, kung sinasabi po na may nilabag na protocol, hindi po ba yung dapat unang tanggalin is yung nagbabantay sa presidente? Kasi hindi naman natin nakita na sinita compare sa ibang mga coverages na talagang nangahahawi yung mga PSG, yung mga ano talaga na talagang merong nagsasabi. Kung nag-i-insist siya, doon siguro. Pero kung wala namang mga mismong paghahawi sa kanya, parang kung makikita nga natin yung mismong video, okay lang. Parang safe. Hindi nga lumayo ang presidente sa kanya. Kung protocol talaga, dapat inawi na yung ang reporter.
Kung security protocol, tama ka. Kung security protocol, ang dapat managot yung yung chief ng Presidential Security Group or in that particular case, yung pinapakita lang video, ay yung mismong ADCAM, no? Yung head ng security for that particular day, yung head ng detail, no? Pero kung coverage yan, sinasabi ng violation of coverage protocol, then it has to be the Media Relations
All right, that's also another reaction coming from a veteran journalist, a retired journalist, and of course, now is very active in being a commentator po, TV commentator, no? TV commentator and radio commentator. I don't know if he's still doing some column in one of the print medias dyan po sa Philippines. I totally agree with our colleagues in Manila about the issue of reporter Eden Suarez Santos po, no? And let's hope po that people involved, the authorities concerned, will realize po what they are doing. Freedom of the press is very important. We are the watchdog of the government. We are the watchdog of the government. See? Walang personalan. Trabaho lang po. What we are doing. See? So siguro hanggang dito na lang my program today. Today is July 8, July 8, and I think I'll see you again tomorrow, and I'll try to see whatever updates mayroon po sa Philippines or in the Philippines. I'll continue to monitor so that by tomorrow, during my next episode, I will be able to give you the latest stories, updates regarding the political issues in the Philippines, peace and order or security issues, as well as economic issues in the Philippines po, or any other issues, breaking news po, important breaking news po, so that the Filipinos in Malaysia, particularly dito po in Sabah, and our friends Malaysians and other foreign nationalities who is watching my program here in Malaysia and elsewhere po, no? You will be updated of what is happening sa Philippines. In the meantime, once again, I would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all, and see you tomorrow. Bye.